Welcome to the Astro AEP Mastery Series. If you're here, it's because you're ready to stop guessing, stop overthinking, and finally learn how to trade with clarity and precision instead of chaos and emotion. The Astro Advanced Entry Protocol system doesn't care about your feelings, your fear, or your FOMO. This indicator reads structure, it reads momentum, it reads the places where money actually sits in the market. My job in this series is to teach you how to understand the indicator and read the chart the same way. This indicator was built for every level of trader, from my beginners and noobs to my experts. There are 4 strategies built into this indicator that I will be teaching you over the course of the series, or you can simply pair this with your already existing trading strategy. The 4 core strategies inside this AEP is a colorway system, the orb strategy, supply and demand, and then the orb to zone combo that ties everything together. Each one has a different purpose, a different level of trading aggression, and a different contract size for a reason. Let's start with the indicator setup and overview. So when you first add the indicator to your chart, you're going to see it looking like this. So let's go through the settings to figure out your best trading setting and let's start it. So double click here and we're going to start with the visual settings. So in the visual settings, you're able to control what you see on your chart. Show signals, it lets you turn the alerts on or off. Then you have your moving averages, you're able to turn those on or off as well. The fill background allows you to turn on the background colors. If you want a clean chart, turn the background off. Then you have the advanced alerts. They'll tell you whether or not the market is about to turn around in the next 5 or so candles. Then you also have label proximity. The proximity controls how close the labels sit to your candles. And then the consolidation pop-up lets you know whether the market is consolidating, and you can turn that on or off as well. Heading down into the core settings. For the core settings, the settings shape how sensitive the indicator is. Moving average type lets you choose whether you want the simple moving average, exponential moving average, weighted moving average, or a volume weighted moving average. Just depends on what asset you're trading and which one works best for that asset. The fast and the slow moving averages control the moving average speed. So I have gold set to a 9 and the slow set to a 30 for gold. The RSI length, it controls how the RSI is calculated, and overbought versus oversold tells the system when the market is stretched. The momentum longs versus momentum shorts, those are for the aggressive breakouts or signals. Basically, when as soon as the EMAs cross and let you know that you're about to have a really big breakout that goes against whatever's happening in the market. Next, we're going to look at the volume period, pivot percent, and momentum body multiplier. The volume period adjusts how far back we check for volume shifts. So right now, this is at 3 previous candles back. The pivot percentage adjusts how close price must be to a pivot level to matter. And then the body multiplier, it controls how large a candle needs to be before the indicator calls momentum. So a candle being 1.3 times the size of the previous candle, that lets you know if it's going to be a momentum candle or not. Moving over to your risk settings for your profit and stop factor, you can turn these on or off, and that lets you know the estimated target for your profit and loss. That is completely up to you for how aggressive your trading style is. The profit factor sets how far your target is for your entry, and the stop factor, it sets the distance for your stop. I have them automatically set at a 2-to-1 ratio. Bigger numbers mean bigger distances, smaller numbers mean tighter risk. Oh, and of course you can change your colors. Got it easy for you to see and change it for however floats your boat. And let's go into the supply and demand settings now. So this shows whether you want your supply and demand turned on or turned off. Pivot left and pivot right controls how many candles can confirm a swing. So for gold, I have 10 for the supply and 3 for the demand. Max levels decides how many zones stay on your screen. This will be adjusted in the update. Right now, it is not activated. Then zone heights is for this little shade box right here with your supply and demand. It lets you choose how many ticks are considered to be in the supply zone or the demand zone. I have it set to 28 for gold, but for bigger assets like NQ, you might want to set it a little bit smaller. Moving forward, we have the lunar settings. And the lunar settings does control your take profit and your stop loss. Moon phases, this area shows the moon cycle as well as the zodiac sign right on your chart. You can turn the feature on or turn it off. It is right here in the bottom left corner. They really just help with the bias of the overall market and what type of moves you should expect based on the push and pull of the moon and the zodiacs. For the lunar strength, it influences the lunar bias on your targets, not so much your stop loss, but on your targets. So full moons, for example, those typically have bullish running days. You can adjust your lunar strength to adjust to higher biases when it comes to the targets or bring it down lower. I do suggest Googling what your current zodiac is in your time zone, because we're all going to be at different time zones, so we'll be also in different moon phases, and then adjust your moon degree offset by 10 points, and that should align it to wherever you're at, so -10 +10. The cleanup setting is how many bars you want or how many alerts you want on your bars. So I typically keep it set to 10, which is the last 10 alerts. However, you can do it all the way up to 50 and show more alerts on your screen. I don't feel that that is necessary, but everyone trades differently. So I want everyone to have that option. Finally, we're going to bring it down to our orb breakout sessions. I have it set for New York time, and you can adjust this and make it as big or small as you want it up into the minute. So for bigger indices, trading the NQ, trading the ES, you typically want to trade with a 1 to 5 minute orb. So you're able to adjust it to be that sensitive as well. Just go ahead and type the numbers in and you can adjust it for you. Is orb breakout hold bars. This is how many hold bars tells the system how long to keep a breakout valid. So once you go past 15 candles on this setting, then you'll be able to get other alerts to let you know, hey, this is not a part of the orb, but this is going to be a short or this is going to be a long. You have the orb block counter trend during the orb breakout. If you turn this on, then you're able to see additional alerts. Let's turn the consolidation off. Then you're able to see additional alerts that sometimes go against your orb trend. And it lets you get an aggressive entry. You also have the option to turn off your orb box and just trade with the alerts, but still reacting off of the orb signals. They just won't show on your box. Then you also have the retest tolerance. This adjusts how close price must come back to the orb to count as a retest. So right now I have it set at 30%. However, if you want to set it at 25%, you can do that as well, and it'll bring it down. Then you have the max bars after orb retest. This tells the system when to stop looking for the retest. So after 25 bars of being in the orb, you'll stop looking for these retest signals right here. You can set that to be more extensive or less extensive. That is completely up to you. Of course, everything is customizable within this indicator. And then you also have the fake out detector. This fake out pop-up, which is currently on the screen right now. You can choose to show that or not. Basically what that does is identifies when price breaks outside of the orb and snaps back inside. So the max bars sets how long after the breakout the system will continue watching for the fake out. In summary, every feature in AEP can be turned on or off. You choose how simple or advanced your chart is. If you want a clean beginner chart, then use the EMAs, use the colors, use the signals in the orb. If you want a full advanced view, you reduce some of them and trade with a cleaner screen and just trade the orb to supply and demand. It's completely up to you, and you can adjust the settings for how tight or how loose you want them. I will also give a cheat sheet for specific type of assets to trade and what the best settings are for each one of those. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for the various strategies that I have built inside of this indicator to help you become a better trader.